He will fire a swing and a miss. Strike two. And lo and behold, it looks like we got the video stream up and running. I'm not sure why that took so much effort. The 0-2 pitch, strike three, got him, and that is a good vibrations. Strikeout looking. Good Vibrations, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. The Indians still in a scoreless ball game with South Medford. 0-0 as we head to the top of the third inning. Roseburg coming up to hit after this on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on three factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Leading off for the Indians, right fielder, number 18, Jet Black.
Headed to the top of the third inning. Today's game brought to you by Clint Newell Auto Groups. Leading things off, it'll be Jet Black, the 9-hitter for Roseburg. First pitch swinging, goes right side. Backhanded by the first baseman, Carl. The throw to the covering pitcher, Ricky Bortz, will get there in time for the putout at first. Jet Black almost goes opposite field to get a ground ball through the infield. Can't quite squeeze it through. Nice job by Robbie Carl there at first, who I've been really impressed with his play at first base today. Backhand away from the bag there, makes the play, and a great job by Bortz to cover from the mound over at first base for the out. One down here in the top of the third inning. Garrett Russell stands back in, and he'll swing and miss at the first pitch for strike one. Garrett started out the game with a double again. He did it in the first game of our doubleheader. Did not come around to score. And it was the same result here in game two. And he gets beamed right in the small of his back here. That one got away from Bortz. And he puts on Russell for a second time. Garrett Russell last year led the team in hit by pitch this season. There haven't been too many guys get hit. But that will put Russell in the lead with two. There was, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys that had been hit by a pitch, all of them with one. Pitch in to Caden Johnson. He'll swing and skyrockets this one in the air. Fighting the sun, Jalen Owens at second base will make the play. Cool, calm, and collected as he backed into the outfield grass to make the catch. 2 down. Caden Johnson going down with a fly ball out. That'll bring up Doran Gillespie, 0 for 1 in the ball game. He flew out in foul territory to the first baseman, Robbie Carl. Gillespie came in as one of the better hitters for Roseburg into this contest as he swings and misses the first pitch. Started the day, Gillespie was hitting .333, went without a hit in game one. The 0-1 pitch on the inside corner, catches for strike two. So we do have the video stream up and running, trying to figure out, make sure I got everything the way it should be here. So I apologize if you saw earlier the score was wrong and inning was wrong, all sorts of fun stuff. We'll get it straightened away. Pitch just a bit inside for a 1-2 count now. Do not know why things were so difficult getting that up and running, but glad to be online. So much fun to diagnose technical problems while you're trying to broadcast. 1-2 pitch, runner going, ball pulled towards third. Up with it is Shank. He'll throw to first. Almost pulled Carl off the bag, but he stays on for the final out. So the Indians unable to do anything with Garrett Russell on base again. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left on for the Indians. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning. It's still a scoreless ball game, 0-0 on 1490 the score.
County is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
Leading off the bottom of the third inning for South Medford, the designated hitter, number 5, Brandon Latendra.
It's a pitching duel so far. Roseburg Baseball brought to you by Travel Leaders and Flyaway Travel. Brandon Latendra will stand in against Cody Johnson, who works a breaking ball in for a called strike to lead off things here in the bottom of the third. The 0-1 delivery, back up the middle, and the rocket shot went right by the glove of Cody Johnson and then into center field. Cody reaches out for it, but couldn't get the leather on it right away. The line drive shot back up the middle. Latendra will get his first hit of the afternoon, went hitless in game 1. He stands on at first with nobody out. Just the second hit given up by Cody Johnson so far today. Man on for first, the 8-hitter, Jaron Emerson, will stand in next. Squares to bunt. He'll take for a strike. Gives him an 0-1 count here, looking to try and lay down the sacrifice bunt to move Latendra up into scoring position. Didn't ever really look around the diamond for Roseburg defensively. As a push bunt, first base side. Stone will take it to the bag himself. And the first baseman will make the play. Sack bunt. Up to second base goes Latendra. And man in scoring position with one away.
Here's South baseman, first baseman, number 10, Robbie Carl.
So up to second goes Latendra. One away. 9-hitter Robbie Carl will stand in. First at bat here against Johnson in game 2. First pitch leans him back out of the way. 1-0 count. For Roseburg defensively, behind the plate, Terrell Jacks. First base, Jonathan Stone. Luke Van Norman at second. Caden Johnson out at short. And Zach Mandera at third. Pitch just misses for ball 2. Carl showed a bunt briefly, but pulled it back. In the outfield from left to right, Gillespie, Russell, and Black for the Indians here in the bottom of the third. The Johnson fastball is high and away, goes to a 3-0 count against the 9-hitter. Very dangerous Jacob Melton standing on deck. I'd like to see if he could at least get out number 2 here. Nope, going to be a 4-pitch walk issued. Robbie Carl will draw a walk. He walked in game 1 as well and eventually came around to score. And that's going to bring out pitching coach Richie Charles to have a quick talk with Cody Johnson as well as Terrell Jacks out there. While we have a second here, want to let you know today's game brought to you by Bimart. Got a score update to pass along for you. from the Southwest Conference baseball action here. South Eugene getting a 6-1 win over Sheldon today. As we take a look at our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. So that means that Sheldon will fall to 3-2 in conference play. South Eugene goes to 3-2. So if Roseburg is to lose here, we'd have a three-way tie, possibly, for second place in the conference standings. At least that helps Roseburg out a little bit. Well, I guess Sheldon and South Eugene have another game to come, too. So things are going to get a little bit jumbled here if Roseburg can't come away with a win, although things will be a little bit jumbled anyways. Roseburg would be tied at the top of the standings if they get a win here against South Medford in Game 2. Pitch in for a strike against Melton. Called strike on the outside corner to the lefty. After the visit to the mound with Richie Charles. Talking strategy here with Cody, facing the dangerous hitter. That ball pulled to right field, gets in. It's going to go in the corner. South Medford's going to take a lead. Jet Black trailing it in the corner. 1 run already in. 2 runs will score. Melton going for a triple. That ball gets away. Melton's going to score as well. 3 runs will come in as he just gets in ahead of the throw. And that'll clear the bases, and South Medford takes a 3-0 lead. A triple for Melton, drives in 2, and then the throwing error brings him in to score. And that error, I'm going to say that I think that was the shortstop out there, E6 on the throw. So that changes things in a hurry there. 3-0 now your score. On the line drive shot down the line in right field, just pulled that one straight down the line into the corner. 325 down there. It rattled around in there, and Jet Black finally got it out. Kind of missed his cutoff man. Then he got the throw to third. Got away from Zach Mandera. That ball lifted now for Daniel Schenk out to left field. It's going to drop in. Giving chase. Gillespie's going to trail this one all the way to the wall, and they'll hold him up with a double. Back-to-back extra base hits for South Medford, and the Panthers in business here in the 3rd inning. So 3-0. Still 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. So 3-0 your score, man, in scoring position with 1 out.
Here's South Medford, second.
So South Medford pulling ahead here. Jalen Owens will stand in. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded out to Mandera at 3rd, back in the 1st. Cody Johnson trying to get out of trouble here, and he'll fire in a first pitch strike. The walk really hurts there against Robbie Carl. That was another run to come in. There's a pitch outside, evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. We knew this South Medford team had some good bats, and they're showing it here today against Roseburg's top pitchers. The Indians got to get their bats going. They have not had a lot of success today. 2 hits in this ball game. 3 hits here in the 3rd inning for South Medford as a called strike against Owens. Gives him a 1-2 count. A single, a triple, and a double. Johnson finds the grip, the 1-2. Breaking ball, almost got him to chase. Does not. Back to an even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. One away, man out at second base. Jalen Owens, the 3-hitter at the plate. He'll take in the dirt. It gets by Terrell out at second base. Schenk could not read it. Throw down to 3rd anyways. Terrell Jacks might have been hearing from the dugout, not knowing whether he was supposed to throw that to 3rd or hang on to it. They threw down there. Zach Mandera knocked it down, kept it by the bag. No runner advancing. Goes to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out and a man out at second base. Swing and a foul tip. And that one catches Terrell, it looked like. Just a little bit. He'll get a bit of a breather here. So your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update there. Again, Sheldon losing to South Eugene 6-1 in game one of that doubleheader. If things seem to keep going the way they are, it looks like it'll be South Medford standing atop the Southwest Conference standings by the end of the day. And then you'd have Roseburg, Sheldon, South Eugene, all kind of in a mixture there, and North Medford possibly in there as well. 3-2 pitch again from Johnson. He'll miss high for ball 4. Second walk of the inning. So Owens gets on at first with the walk. Still just one out. And now your cleanup hitter, Jack Thompson, will stand in. Had the home run in game one. He had quite a few RBI as well. I believe finished with 3 RBI in game one. He's got an opportunity again here. First pitch high for ball 1. Indians have had a runner on base in every inning so far, but haven't been able to do anything with it. Breaking ball called for a strike. Evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cody Johnson on the mound. Was looking for his first win of the season. May end up with his first loss. This ball fouled up in the air. Could be playable at third for Mandera. And everybody lost it. Nobody had a good look on it. And it ends up falling just in front of the home dugout down the third base side. That was a playable ball, but nobody had a good look at it. And this Indians team is almost starting to feel like they're getting a little deflated here against South Medford today. It has not been the most ideal day for the Indians on the baseball field. But that can all change in one inning with a couple of good swings. Ground ball towards second. Should be a chance at 2. It's booted by Van Norman. Goes through his legs. A run will come in to score. He's going to throw to the plate. He's not going to be in time. And so that'll be an error on the ball by Jack Thompson. E4. Owens goes to second. Scoring from second is Schenk. Was a chance for 2, and the Indians couldn't get it. Van Norman off the bench with Johnson on the mound, so he comes in to play second as Caden Johnson moves to short.
Here's South Medford left fielder, Jalen.
So bases loaded. Jalen Parnell will stand in. Runners going. I said bases loaded. It's not true. And out at third, though, the runners double steal going. And Jalen Owens thrown out at third base. So into second base goes the runner out there for Thompson, I believe. Yeah, that is Sebastian Molina again running for Jack Thompson. He's out at second base with the steal. Strike in. 2 down now. So it was runners at first and second. They went with the double steal, and they got the runner stealing at third. That was Jalen Owens. There's a pitch outside. The pitch from Johnson, 2 down, looking for the final out. Ball fouled away. Was hoping to get a call here. I missed the first pitch on whether it was a ball or a strike when they threw down to third to get the runners. Umpire's not going to give us a sign here. Johnson's pitch with 2 strikes. He gets a strikeout, and that'll wrap things up.
For South Medford in the bottom of the third inning. 4 runs on 3
So they get 4 runs here in the third. It's 4-0 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Roseburg needing to get some offense when we return on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, Could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Cleanup hitter, designated hitter, Brody Black.
4th inning coming up. Roseburg Indians trailing 4-0 now against South Medford. Leading things off, Brody Black standing in. He'll take low and inside for ball 1. Brody 0 for 1 in the ball game. They'll pop out in the first, his only at-bat so far. Trying to get something started for the Indians. He'll swing and fouls that one off for strike 1. Cody had been wheeling and dealing there through the first couple of innings against South Medford. Had only given up 1 hit through 2 innings, but then gives up 3. A couple of errors, though, do not help out the Indians, and South Medford does what they do. They took advantage of those miscues. Pitch breaking ball low and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike against Brody. He gets this one out towards center, but not a lot behind it. A few steps to his right, and Jacob Melton's underneath it for out number 1. A couple of flyouts for Brody Black so far in this one. 1 down, nobody on base.
Zach Bandera.
So 1 out, nobody on base. Zach Bandera stands in. He flew out to the third baseman in the 2nd inning. Take a strike. Roseburg's best hitter against South Medford last year was Garrett Russell. He was 2 for 4, only played in 1 game. It's a pitch in the dirt, scooped out by the catcher, Jack Thompson. 1-1 count now against Bandera. And so far today, Garrett Russell has been a bit of the star. 2 doubles in the game, in the doubleheader series against South Medford. Led off game 1 with a double, led off game 2 with a double. He's also been hit by a pitch, so he's been on base 3 out of 4 times at the plate. 2-1 delivery for Bandera. Gets this one out to center field. Ranging in, now going back a few steps. Melton underneath it again. A couple of flyouts to straightaway center. 2 down and nobody on base, and the Indians will look to Cody Johnson to try and get something started. Roseburg's bats just haven't really been able to find a way to get something to fall in. Breaking ball ends up low and outside against Cody for ball 1. Cody Johnson in the second. Hit a chopper to third that almost got him on base. This time it's a line drive shot out to center. On the run, Jacob Melton will reach up and make the play. The senior makes all 3 outs in center field. The last 2 made him work a little bit more than the first one, but all of them made to look easy. A 1-2-3 inning in the 4th. Roseburg still without a run in this one. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. South Medford leading 4-0 on CBS Sports Radio, 14-9 The Score.
This is for the person stuck in the office, the 9-to-5er, the person who eats, sleeps, and drinks the outdoors. During business hours, you play the part, and in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer in you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Swimming season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Bottom of the fourth inning. It's a 4-0 score in favor of South Medford. Joey Kieran here with you from Harry and David Field, where the Roseburg Indians are looking to avoid a sweep at the hands of the South Medford Panthers. They got their work cut out for them, though. Zach Ankeny, the shortstop, will lead things off against Cody Johnson. He takes a breaking ball low for ball one. Pitch outside, another breaking ball. Terrell ranging to his right to get to that one. Knocks it down with nobody on base. Pitch misses on the inside. And it'll go to a quick 3-0 count here against Ankeny, who struck out looking his first time up. 3-0 pitch, gets it in there for strike one. Cody Johnson is committed to Treasure Valley Community College for next year. I'm not sure which position he plans on trying to play. As a strike, breaking ball, strike at the knees on the inside corner. Tight spot to fit it into, and Cody able to get it called for a strike. Not sure if he plans on continuing to pitch or play in the infield. 3-2 pitch, strike three called. Ankeny was headed to first. He gets yanked back with the hook as he goes down with another strikeout looking. And that is another Good Vibration strikeout. Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Fights back from a 3-0 count to get the strikeout. Nice job by Cody, and he starts out a Brandon Latendre with a strike. An 0-1 count now for the DH, hitting for the pitcher Ricky Bortz. The 0-1 hit sharply towards short, knocked down by Caden Johnson, up with the throw that first. Got him! A one-hop at first. Caden Johnson with a head-first dive out just to the left of second base from our vantage point behind home. And was able to get to his feet quickly. Didn't get a lot behind the throw, but got it there on the one hop just in front of the runner. And Latendre out number two. And a first pitch strike now on a check swing for Jaron Emerson. Nice play there. Cody's younger brother, Caden, helping out the older brother on the mound. The 0-1 pitch for Emerson in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike now for the 8-hitter. Emerson with a sac bunt in the third. That helped bring around a run as a called strike again against him, 1-2. Big bounce back inning so far for Cody. He needs to try and finish it off here, though. Swing and a miss, and he will. Emerson will go down with the strikeout. 2 strikeouts in the fourth inning, and a great defensive play at shortstop by Caden Johnson. The Johnson brothers with the defensive work here in the fourth. And it is a 4-0 lead still for South Medford as the Indians will head back out in the top of the fifth on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Leading off the top of the fifth inning for
We head to the top of the fifth inning. The Roseburg Indians trailing 4-0 against South Medford. See if they can get something moving here. Just 2 hits in the ballgame for the Indians against Ricky Bortz, who will fire in a first pitch strike against Jonathan Stone. Stone 1 for 1 in the game with an infield single back in the second. The 0-1 delivery to him. Takes a breaking ball outside for a 1-1 count. Roseburg Baseball today brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Stay with us in the post-game show. We will have stat updates as a swing and a miss. Makes it a 1-2 count. Stat updates, we'll look at it all for you, and we will recap the game. We'll name our Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning player of the game for the Indians. 1-2 pitch for Stone. He fouls it off. Excuse me. Try for a little mid-inning snack and get caught. The 1-2 pitch to Stone. Pulls it towards third base, foul again. The 1-2, check swing. Did he go around? They're going to appeal down to first. No, he did not, and the pitch outside the zone, so it goes to a 2-2 count for Stone. Two-two delivery from Bortz. The righty gets strike 3 across. Stone knew that one was coming. Goes down looking. And that'll be the first strikeout of the game for Ricky Bortz. He had come in.
catcher.
7 strikeouts on the season. That'll be strikeout number 8 for him. So 1 out, nobody on base at the plate. Terrell Jacks, swing and a miss for strike 1. Wind not blowing here. A beautiful day for baseball in Medford as a foul tip. Move to an 0-2 count against Jacks. Check the temperature here. It was in the mid to low 60s when we got started a couple hours ago. Now saying we're in the low 70s. Got a nice breeze coming here in the press box at Harry and David Field. The home of the Medford Rogues is a pitch upstairs, a 1-2 count. Great ballpark. Never seen anything other than Legion or high school baseball here. Someday would love to see a Rogues game. As that pitch is going to come inside and bean Terrell Jacks. He gets hit in the rear end and heads down to first. He'll likely be lifted for a courtesy runner as the catcher. 73 degrees. Looks like the fans, though, are enjoying the sunshine down in the stands on a beautiful day here. Jace Stoffel will come in to run.
Right fielder, Jet Black.
So Stoffel will be the courtesy runner for Terrell Jacks. First pitch swinging here for Jet Black. He'll put it in the air out in the right field. And Emerson underneath it for out number 2. Back to first base goes Stoffel.
Courtesy runner at first base for Roseburg, number 14, Jace Stoffel.
1 pitch for the out there for Jet Black.
Batting for the Indians.
2 down, a man on at first, and it'll be up to Garrett Russell to try and get a 2-out rally going here. Indians started with the strikeout to Jonathan Stone. Then a hit by pitch for Terrell Jacks got him on base. And then the 1 pitch Fly ball out to right field for Jet Black, who's now 0 for 2 on the day. Garrett Russell is 1 for 1 with a double and a hit by pitch. The 1-0 pitch to him, he'll take. Check swing, he pulls back. He's got a 2-0 count. Roseburg is scheduled to be in Eugene at Sheldon tomorrow, although there is rain in the forecast as they pitch down the middle for a called strike against Garrett. 2 outs here with the man on at first base in the top of the 5th inning. 4-0 lead for South Medford. We'll hope that today's dry weather has maybe dried out the field at Sheldon High School enough that they're able to play even if there is a little bit of rain. Don't like to keep backing up these games. Roseburg's scheduled to have a doubleheader again coming up on Saturday next week, and that is a doubleheader at home against Willamette. 3-1 pitch for Russell. He'll pull it towards short, backhanded by Ankeny. He'll go the short way as he goes to second base for the out to get Stoffel, courtesy runner for Terrell Jacks. So that'll wrap things up here in the top of the 5th. Still a 4-0 lead. Roseburg still getting shut out against South Medford for a second straight game. We'll come back with the bottom of the 5th after this on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
County is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
Leading off the home half of the 5th inning for your South Medford Panthers, first baseman Robbie Carl.
9-hitter Robbie Carl will lead things off in the bottom of the 5th against Cody Johnson, who's still on the mound for the Indians. One tough inning for him, and other than that, he's been doing very well as he gets a first pitch strike in against Carl, who walked in the 3rd inning. That was the one bad inning for Cody. Swing, the comebacker to the mound, fielded by Johnson. He'll step off the bump and throws over to first to Jonathan Stone for the out. Nice job fielding his position off the mound there for Cody Johnson. 1 down, nobody on base.
Panthers leadoff hitter, center fielder.
Top of the lineup, Jacob Melton will hit. He, of course, is the dangerous guy in the lineup. Well, one of many dangerous guys in the lineup, but he is 2 for 2 here in this game. He gets a hold of one out to right field. That one is going. All that Jet Black can do is watch it clear the fence. That one was a no-doubter over the right field wall. Jacob Melton will get his 4th home run on the season as he rounds the bases and gives South Medford a 5-0 lead. Wow, he sent that one over the fence in a hurry, and it looked like it was a no-doubter. Talking with Coach Thompson before the game, and I was telling him I'm pretty sure Jacob Melton led the state in home runs last year, and he has gotten off to a hot start again this year. 4th home run of the season for him. Nobody else had one this year besides Melton until Jack Thompson hit one in Game 1 off of Zach Mandera. Just proving how good a hitters they have here at South Medford this season. So a solo shot there for Melton. He'll pick up an RBI, his 3rd of the game. He's got his 3rd hit. He just needs a double for the cycle as a strike taken by Daniel Shank. Pitch outside for 1-1 count now for Shank. Jacob Melton 3 for 3 in this game. 2 runs scored, 3 RBI. Again, double shy of the cycle. As a line drive shot goes to Zach Mandera. He makes the catch for out number 2. Nice glove work there at third by Zach.
Second baseman.
So 2 down, and up next will be Jalen Owens. Owens is 0 for 1 in the game. Drew a walk his last time up. He'll take the first pitch for a strike. Taking a look back to game 1, Jacob Melton was 3 for 3 in that game, 2 doubles and a single. So he has had 2 singles, 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run. He scored 3 runs, make that 5 runs. He's got 3 RBIs. That is one heck of a day. The senior is finishing out his career in style here at South Medford High School. 1-1 count for Jalen Owens. Wind starting to blow in a little, or more out towards right field. Ground ball towards short, backhanded by Johnson. Quick throw across, not going to be in time. Long throw to be made against Owens, who runs well. A slower runner, they might have had a chance to get him. Nice play by Johnson in the hole, but it's just too long to get it across the diamond in time to get the very quick Jalen Owens. So it's a 2-out single.
Here's the Panthers cleanup
Jack
hitter.
Thompson will stand in
Catcher,
next.
Jack
Thompson is 0 for 2 in this ball game. Reached on an error in the third. Had a stolen base as well. First pitch swinging. So 5-0 your score now. Bottom of the 5th inning. Roseburg will still have a couple. They got 6 outs left to try and work with unless this one gets even more out of hand. It's a pitch high. Indians do not seem to have anybody throwing in the bullpen for them. Swing and a miss for Thompson. The catcher now 1-2 count against him. Could see them wanting to try and save Cody here. He's up to 70 pitches, so they may have somebody ready to come in at some point. Runner going from first. Ground ball is up the middle. It's to the shortstop, who will have to throw to first. Johnson across the diamond. No chance to get Owens, who was stealing on the play, but they get Jack Thompson at first for the final out. So the solo home run, the only damage, but it's a 5-0 lead in favor of the Panthers as we head to the top of the 6th inning. 1 run on 1 hit, no Roseburg errors, 1 man left on base. Come back with the 6th after this 60-second break here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Head to the top of the 6th inning. Roseburg baseball brought to you by our friends at Dr. Kobernick Family Dental, Fisher's Hearth and Home, and Supercuts. Have not had a call to the pen yet for either team in this one. It's been a pitcher's duel of sorts. It's just been a couple of pitches that Cody Johnson might have wanted back. Unfortunately, not going to get them. But no calls to the pen as of yet. Any pitching change in today's ballgame is always brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction. 2-3-4 hitters due up for Roseburg, trailing 5-0 now against South Medford. On the mound, Ricky Bort still throwing for the Panthers. Caden Johnson will stand in. First pitch to him, low and outside for ball 1. A 1-0 pitch. A low. 2-0 count. I don't know where the bullpen is for the home team in this one. It's a pitch inside. We'll go to a 3-0 count now against Johnson. I think it's out beyond everything down that left field side, and you got too many things in your way to see. The pitch called for a strike, 3-0. Taking all the way there was Caden Johnson. Roseburg doesn't have anybody throwing. 3-1 delivery now for Bortz. Line drive back up the middle will fall in for a base knock for Caden Johnson. And the sophomore will get his first hit here in Game 2. 1 for 3 day for him. Third hit of the ballgame for Roseburg. Hits have been tough to come by for him. Game 1, they had just 4. 3 here in Game 2. Doran Gillespie's had a tough day at the plate today. He'll step in. 0 for 2 here in Game 2. He went 0 for 2 in Game 1. Nobody out with one man on, and he'll take inside for ball 1. Was wondering if we might see him try to lay down a bunt here to see if they could put a man in scoring position. You're down 5-0 late in the game. Might look to try and see if you can start putting together some extra base hits here instead of giving up outs to move runners around. Pitch high for a 2-0 count against Doran. He'll take some time out of the box to take a practice cut and back in. Nobody out with a man on at first. Here from Harry and David Field on a beautiful day in Medford. Bortz's pitch is high again for a 3-0 count. Gillespie has flown out to the first baseman and grounded out to third base in his 2 at-bats here in the nightcap, you could say, of our contest. Just now reaching 5 o'clock on the afternoon. Ball 4 taken. A 4-pitch walk issued to Doran Gillespie, and Brody Black will stand in with 2 runners on base. Roseburg's best chance for scoring here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. At least the best chance of trying to do something. They did have a man in scoring position back in the first when Garrett Russell led off with a double. This is only the second time in the ball game that Roseburg's been able to get a man out to second base. Visit out to the mound for the coaching staff for South Medford. The whole infield comes in as well. Roseburg's runners will meet over at first base with assistant coach Tim Sestair. Game 1 of the doubleheader for the JV team. They're playing over at South Medford High School. They lost in a walk-off wild pitch, 2-1 in that one. The mound visit is broken up by our home plate umpire, Jerry Eklund.
Cleanup hitter, designated hitter, Brody Black.
Brody will stand in 0 for 2 in this one. He has popped out twice to center field. He went 0 for 2 in Game 1 with a pop out and a strikeout. Runners at first and second. Nobody out for the Indians. An opportunity to try and cut this run down, or this lead down, as a first pitch striking the inside edge. This season. Yeah, just go ahead and fade that out there back in the studio. Forgot that Blazers basketball was starting with pregame at 5 o'clock there. I knew we wouldn't get there in time for the pregame, but we're going to take you to it for for the tip-off, hopefully, as a pitch hit high in the air by Brody, and it's taken by the pitcher. So there's an infield flyout for Brody. That'll be your first out. Runner stay put. So going to have to figure out for Brenton back in the studio how to get the Blazers game off. You are going to have to find a CBS or Sat Show stops. Oh, we'll work on that, Brenton. The line drive out to left field is going to drop in for Zach Mandera. That's going to be a run in for the Indians. They're going to break the shutout. Coming in to score from second will be Caden Johnson. He'll score from second on the RBI single by Zach Mandera, and the Indians are on the board for once. Just ended up being a single with runners in front of him for Mandera, but
Cody Johnson.
He's able to bring in a run, and the Indians are on the board, 5-1. You just need one here at this point in time. One out, still runners at first and second. Cody Johnson will hit, trying to help himself out, see if he can get his team back into this one. This one out towards right center. That's going to have a chance. It's going to drop in, and the Indians are going to get another run here all the way to the fence. Johnson is second. Coming around third to score will be Mandera. The throw to third. Johnson gets hit with the baseball, and he has a triple to score two, and the Indians find themselves back in this ball game. Scoring from second is Doran Gillespie. Coming around all the way from first to score is Zach Mandera, and the Indians get one heck of a rally coming up here. Cody Johnson helping out his own cause with the triple to the right center alley.
Jonathan Stone.
That one carried nicely all the way out to the wall. Emerson and Melton both chasing it. Well, the Indians get two across there. They now trail 5-3, and we're back into this ball game, folks. Do not go anywhere. One out still. Jonathan Stone puts this one in the air down the right field line. If it's fair, it's going to be a run. It'll land in foul territory and bounce out of play for strike one. Well, Brent and I you're going to need some help here, and I'm not sure if I can help him back in the studio while we try to bring you this game continuing here. The 0-1 delivery to Stone. Strike two called. Brendan, if you could scroll back to the start of the game back at 1:45 and find the Sat Show start there. That should stop the Blazers for you and be able to get us back to our game. Fly ball down the left field side, caught and tagging Johnson will not try to advance. That's out number 2. That one down the left field line, right on the foul line. It is caught by the shortstop, Ankeny, and he was not very deep. He turned and was ready to throw to the plate if Cody Johnson decided to try and score. He did not, and so the Indians will have to see if now a 2-out rally by Terrell Jacks can bring in another run to get him back within one. Pitch outside for a 1-0 count. Pitch in the dirt. 2-0 the count now for Terrell. A 2-0 delivery in the dirt again. Brenton, I'm going to try to help you back in the studio there, so hang with me here, buddy. I'll try and help you out. For the fans tuning in, sorry you have to hear the back and forth of everything on our end as we we're working with a new system and we're trying to get all the finer details done. Pitch right down the middle on the 3-0 for Terrell, and that'll be called for a strike. The 3-1, and he'll swing at a breaking ball and miss to go to a full count. Ground ball up the middle. It's going to be fielded by the second baseman, and a throw on the run by Owens. He's going to get the out for a final there. 4-3 the put out. That'll wrap up things here in the top of the 6th. But Roseburg gets 3 runs back. They trail 5-3 as we head to the bottom of the 6th here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score. Are we playing commercials here? Or? things getting all squared away for you here. New system, new things to work with. We'll get it all figured out, and it's hard to do it while you're on the air doing everything. So, but appreciate your guys' the audience's patience, as well as Brenton back in the studio there running things for us as he's trying to learn the new system as well. 1-1 the count here against Ankeny with Parnell on at first. He'll dive back in after a pickoff throw over to first base. 1-1 delivery coming up for the shortstop. Zach Ankeny 0 for 2 in the game with a pair of strikeouts. Last time he was up, he thought he had a walk, and he got pulled back with a strikeout instead. He'll take a pitch high and inside for a 2-1 count. Well, let's see, we've had issues with the video stream today, now having issues with our timing on the radio side of things. It's just been a wonderful day. This is what happens when games get moved to a new day, I guess. Pitch misses, he does catch for a strike on the outside corner. 2-2 the count now against Ankeny. Brandon Letendre waiting on deck as another check on at first base. 5-3 the score. The Indians threatening South Medford here. Hopefully we've got Roseburg baseball back on the radio. Heard that we went off there with the Blazer game. Ground ball left side will get through. Actually knocked down nicely by Johnson in the left field grass. The shortstop getting to it. He had no chance at a play, but at least it stops the ball from rolling any further and letting anybody thinking about trying to take any extra bases. Nice job by Caden Johnson, the shortstop. Bases with runners at first and second now with nobody out. And Brandon Letendre will step in, 1 for 2 in the game. Had a single back in the third. Needing an out here. The Indians would love to get a double play ball. Ball fouled back to the screen for strike one. Actually, I guess hearing that Roseburg baseball was on, Blazers had only come on for the second. So, yes, glad to hear that we were on the radio still. 0-1 pitch coming up here for Cody. Squaring to bunt, Letendre will put it down, fielded by Terrell Jacks. Throws to first, it's off the line. A run's going to come in to score on the throwing error. It was Van Norman covering the bag at first, and Terrell kind of short-armed it to him at first base. Seemed as if he wasn't exactly sure if there was going to be somebody there to field the ball for him. And so Letendre will get on with the error. Coming in to score, Parnell will come in. Ankeny goes to third, and it's now a 6-3 score. Roseburg was hoping to try and keep it a 2-run game, give themselves a chance in the seventh. Now a 3-run game. Not to say that's out of reach, but not doing themselves any favor. Jaron Emerson will stand in. First pitch, he fouls off. So 0-1 count here for Emerson. Throw over to first base, checking on Letendre. Back in with the slide. Head first. Runners on the corners with nobody out. They sure would like to not allow another run, keep themselves in this one. They scored 3 in the top of the sixth. We're here in the bottom of the sixth. It's a 3-run game. Johnson, after a couple of throws to first, now delivers to the plate. Jammed him, this one on the infield. Jonathan Stone, the first baseman, will make the catch right on top of the chalk line with the runner headed at him. Nice job to stay focused on that one for Stone. 1 out, a much needed out there, and now a double play could get him out of this jam.
Panthers first baseman.
Roseburg trying to just limit the damage to just the 1 run, if at all possible. Robbie Carl will stand in. He's 0 for 1 in the game, a walk and an out. Runner took off for second base. A steal there for Letendre. Back behind the plate. Terrell Jacks couldn't quite get a handle on it. to try and throw down to second. So man at second and third now. Breaking ball. Didn't get on top of that one for Cody. Sails it in there just a little bit high. A 2-0 count now against Carl. The 2-0 delivery. Ground ball, third base side. It's picked up by Mandera. Throw to the plate. They've got the runner in a rundown and a tag out made. Everybody else is safe on the bases. Staying at second was Latender. Zach Ankeny thrown out trying to advance to home, and a nice play by Zach Mandera from third base. He throws to the plate to get the out, and they save the run there, 2 down. Runners at first and second. Still a 6-3 ball game. And the Indians in a favorable spot here to try and get out of this jam, just giving up 1 run.
South Medford leadoff hitter, the center fielder.
So first and second, 2 down.
Melton.
Jacob Melton will come up next. Fielder's choice there for Carl to get on at first. Still at second is Latendre. And the lefty, Melton, will stand in. He's needs a double for the cycle, and I'm sure he knows that as he takes a pitch low for a 1-0 count. Richie Charles went out to the mound to have a quick conversation with Cody Johnson. They probably wanted to talk about how to address Jacob Melton here in this spot. He'll hit a ground ball sharply towards second, knocked down by Van Norman. Throws to first for the out as they get him. And that'll wrap things up here in the bottom of the 6th. The Indians do give up 1 run, but they trail by 3 as they go to the top of the 7th, feeling a little bit of life as they need 3 to tie this one up and give them a chance to send it to extras or 4 to take a lead, see if they can win it late against South Medford. Back after this 60-second break here on The Score.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks the outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer, and you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Leading off the top of the 7th inning for visiting Roseburg, right fielder Jet Black.
Well, the Roseburg Indians have finally gotten a little bit of offensive momentum. We'll see if they can continue it here to the top of the 7th inning. They need 3 to tie it, 4 to take a lead, and try and steal one against South Medford. They trail 6-3 as Jet Black will stand in to lead things off. First pitch to Jet is outside for ball 1. On the mound, Ricky Bortz looking for the complete game victory. He'll bounce one in. Goes high off the ground and off the catcher. Back to the backstop for ball 2. Bortz giving up 3 runs in the top of the 6th on 2 hits. Did have a walk in there. Pitch inside for ball 3 against Black. The triple by Cody Johnson was the big hit there in that top of the 6th inning. Jet Black at the plate. He's got a 3-0 pitch coming, and he'll take inside for ball 4. Leadoff walk. Gives the Indians a chance. Game-tying run now the on-deck hitter, Caden Johnson, as Garrett Russell strolls to the plate. Garrett 1 for 2 today in the nightcap.
Garrett Russell
was hit by a pitch in his second at-bat in the 3rd. First pitch to Garrett, he'll take down the middle for strike 1. After 4 straight pitches outside the zone from Bortz to Jet Black, he wanted to see a strike before he went after anything. He lets a nice one go by, but I don't I don't think it's a bad strategy. It's a pitch outside for a 1-1 count now. Russell's been on base 3 times. Reached on a fielder's choice last time, although final out was made at second as he was getting on. Squared to bunt, but he'll take high, 2-1 count. Don't see any action going on down the left field side for South Medford and what I believe to be their bullpen. Pitch high and inside will go to a 3-1 count now for Russell, and out of the dugout will come the coaching staff for South Medford. Out to have a conversation here, and 3-1 count. They're going to give up the baseball already, huh? Wow, they're going to make the move. Jacob Melton is going to get his first appearance on the mound this season. Jacob Melton will come out of center field to take over on the rubber, a lefty. So it'll be a different change of pace for the Indians when we come back. It is a Call to the Pin brought to you by Shelby and Migulana Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulana or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Pitching change. We'll come back, get you all the details when we return after this 60-second break here on 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Now pitching, warming up on the hill, number 9, Jacob Melton. And in center field, number 5, Brandon Latindra.
Well, we come back here after the pitching change. Ricky Bortz checks out, and he will head to the dugout as Jacob Melton takes over on the mound, and Melton will fire one pitch and walk Garrett Russell. He made the switch with a 3-1 count, and Russell will take over at first. That brings the game-tying run to the plate for the Roseburg Indians here as we rejoin you here in the top of the 7th. 2 runners on. Caden Johnson comes to the plate. Jacob Melton taking over after moving from center field. Brandon Latindra will come in as the DH and takes over in center field. Melton will fire a first pitch strike here against Johnson. Swing and a foul tip will be strike 2 against Johnson. Johnson gets underneath this one out towards right field. Emerson will make the catch, tagging and going to head to third. The relay throw is too high. A nice job backing up the play by the pitcher. Melton into third base goes Jet Black. So F9 fly out to right field for Caden Johnson for out number 1. Runners on the corners now.
Left fielder Doran Gillespie.
So 1 down, runners on the corners. Game tying run again still at the plate. Runners at the corners. First pitch for Doran Gillespie is outside from Melton. Ball 1. So, again, coming up, we will have Blazers basketball here in just a little bit. The 1-0 to Gillespie takes down the middle for a called strike. Blazers taking on the Denver Nuggets tonight. Need a win to try and clinch home court advantage in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. So that tip-off coming up at 6. We should get you there just in time. 1-1 delivery for Gillespie. He swings through it for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the mound, Jacob Melton, his first pitching action of the season. So he has not been on the mound as of yet. The lefty will fire in off speed. It's low and inside. That'll make it ball 2 against Gillespie. Out at first base. Thought about maybe trying to go, but Garrett Russell hangs on and stays at first base. 1 out. Runners on the corners. Roseburg trailing 6-3 here in the 7th. Need 3 runs to try and tie it up. Gillespie goes chasing a pitch high and fouls it away. Stays at a 2-2 count. Feet shuffling around a bit in there as a hitter. Not something you like to see. You want to see those feet quiet. Start shuffling your feet. Makes it difficult for your eyeballs to focus on the baseball and track it. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball towards short. Could be a chance at 2 to finish out the game. The throw to first. Not going to get him. No! And the Gillespie will ground into the game-ending double play.
Double play ends the ball game.
And that'll wrap it up. South Medford will survive against Roseburg here in Game 2.
For Roseburg in the top of the 7th,
Indians
no runs, no hits.
Threaten, but they cannot pull it off. And that'll wrap up the series today here from Harry and David Field.
And no South Medford errors.
And the Indians.
Final line score, Panthers 6 runs.
Now the Indians will fall to 3-2 in conference play, and South Medford goes to 4-0. They take the early commanding lead on the race for the Southwest Conference crown. Roseburg, meanwhile, will need to battle their way to stay up there near the top. They got a big one coming up against Sheldon tomorrow. We'll see how that one goes, though. See if they actually get the game in or not. Lots to talk about when we come back with the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll have more for you coming up here from Harry and David Field on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
4 were earned. He struck out 4 and walked 2.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer, and you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Back here to wrap up our doubleheader as Roseburg falls in 2 games, 10-0 in 5 innings in game 1, and 6-3 here in the second game of our doubleheader as they lose both against South Medford. It's the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. And we appreciate you tuning in for today's broadcast of Roseburg Baseball here on 1490 The Score and streaming online at 541radio.com as well. Some technical difficulties. We'll continue to figure out this new surrounding we've got there at the radio station, but we appreciate you guys sticking through today's broadcast. Taking a look at your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update, offering a wide range of high-quality lumber, plywood, and building-related materials. Garrettson Building Supply supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. Roseburg 3 runs on 5 hits. They committed 3 errors here in Game 2. South Medford 6 runs on 8 hits. No errors in the contest. The runs come in the 3rd inning for South Medford. They get 4 there. They add another one in the 5th, but Roseburg gets 3 runs across in the top of the 6th inning. As they fight their way back into it, they give up 1 run in the bottom of the 6th and then fall 6-3. They get the game-tying run to the plate in the 7th, but cannot bring anybody around to score. Picking up the win will be Ricky Bortz, who goes to 2-0 on the season. 6 innings worked, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned, 3 walks and 1 strikeout. Jacob Melton picks up the save. He pitched the final inning. Gets all 3 outs in the 7th, and he did not give up a hit, a run, no walks, and no strikeouts as they make the call to the pen there. Brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction to go to the closer, and Melton comes in and shuts the door. On the other side for the Indians, Cody Johnson falls to 0-1 on the season. 6 innings work, gave up 8 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. The Roseburg Indians fall 6-3 here in Game 2. They are now on the season 7-3 overall. South Medford improves to 7-3. The Indians are 3-2 in conference play, and South Medford goes to 4-0. Things will be a little bit tight there around the Southwest Conference after today's game. It will be interesting to see where everything stands when we get back to finding out all the scores later on tonight. Coming up here in the post-game show, we will continue on. We'll get you some more look at some of your other stats throughout the game, and we will name our player of the game, brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Roseburg Baseball today has been brought to you by Chuck Swarm and Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? That's Chuck Swarm and Family Auto Repair. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, more of the Roseburg Disposal post-game show after this here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
Our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Back here from Harry and David Field. It was a beautiful day for baseball. Unfortunately, the results not beautiful for the Roseburg Indians. Joey Keyran here with you. Back in the studio, Brenton Cranford doing everything he can to make sure that my blunders of not telling him what to do end up working out all right. We appreciate his hard work. And Rob Thomas helping out a little bit today as well, getting today's games on the radio. This is what happens when we get all these changes with the schedule and everything. Coming up tomorrow, the Roseburg Indians scheduled to be at Sheldon High School. There is rain in the forecast, so we'll see how things play out, whether or not the Indians are able to make the trip up to Eugene to take on the Irish, but we'll keep our fingers crossed that they get that game in. Then coming up on Saturday, they're back at home to host Willamette for a doubleheader Saturday starting at noon. Well, looking at this one, let's look at some of your offensive numbers from Game 2 of our doubleheader for the Roseburg Indians. Garrett Russell goes 1 for 2 with a double, and he had a walk and a hit by pitch in there, got on base 4 times. Caden Johnson with a single, scored a run in the 6th. Doran Gillespie scored a run, had a walk to get on base. Zach Mandera came up with a base hit in that 6th inning as well. That was one of 3 hits in that 6th for the Indians. Cody Johnson had the big triple out to right center field that drove in 2 runs, got the Indians back within 3 at the time. His first hit of the day. He goes 1 for 3 in this one. 1 for 3 for Jonathan Stone. And that is all your base hits for the Indians. On the other side, Jacob Melton fell a double shy of going for the cycle. He had a single, a triple, and a home run here in Game 2. 3 RBI for him. A double for Daniel Shank. Jalen Owens goes 1 for 2. Jalen Parnell goes 1 for 3. Zach Ankeny 1 for 3. Brandon Latendre 1 for 3. And that is your base knocks for the South Medford Panthers. All right, it is time now here in the postgame show to name our Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning Player of the Game. Your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. Going to give it to Cody Johnson. Nice job working through some difficult moments on the mound to pitch a number of really good innings. He just got touched up on by a very good offensive lineup. But a nice job by Cody Johnson at the plate to drive in 2 runs with that triple. That was a big hit there in the 6th inning. Cody Johnson, your Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning Player of the Game. That'll do it for us. Actually, let's see. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up. We got one more break to get to, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll come back and finish up with our Roseburg Disposal postgame show after this here on 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer in you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Well, we wrap things up for you here from Harry and David Field. A tough one today for the Roseburg Indians. At least they finish on a somewhat positive note, getting a few runs there at the end and avoiding a shutout in both games against South Medford, making it a little bit interesting there down the stretch. But the Indians fall in Game 1, 10-0, 6-3, your final score in Game 2, as the Roseburg Indians lose both on the road against South Medford here today. They'll try to bounce back against the Sheldon Irish coming up tomorrow. That one is a scheduled 4:30 start time from Eugene, and we will have coverage for you as long as the game gets played. We'll have coverage for you right here on 1490 The Score and streaming with video online at 541radio.com. As we wrap things up, I want to say thank you to the South Medford Panthers for hosting us here today, along with the Medford Rogues. Boy, they have been great, great hosts for us, and showing great hospitality, getting us set up here in the booth for today's broadcast. It's been a pleasure, as always, to make our way to Harry and David Field. Big thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Troy Thompson, and the entire Roseburg baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg baseball here on The Score. Back in the studio, I want to say thanks to Brenton Cranford and to Rob Thomas for helping out with today's broadcast, running things back there at the studio. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran, folks. We hope you tune in tomorrow when the Roseburg Indians take on the Sheldon Irish. First pitch coming up at 4:15. We'll have our pregame coverage starting for you at, actually, first pitch is at 4:30. Pregame starts at 4:15. We'll have it all for you. No matter what time it starts, we'll have it all for you right here on Douglas County's home for sports, CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score. Okay, so that should play the close.